Some of the greatest stories on Earth aren't the ones you find in books. Nope. They're etched in the landscapes, they're hidden deep in the ocean, and they're shrouded in total secrecy. Today, we are going to dive into 5 of our planet's most persistent, most fascinating unsolved mysteries. So, let me just ask you this. What if the most compelling stories aren't the ones with neat, tidy endings? What if they're the ones that leave us with way more questions than answers? Well, that's exactly what we're about to explore.
All right, let's get started. Think of this as an expedition. We are taking a tour of 5 incredible locations that really push the boundaries of what we think is possible, and they challenge our understanding of nature, of history, and maybe even reality itself.
Okay, our first stop, it takes us out into the wide open ocean, to a place that has become nothing short of a modern legend. I'm pretty sure you've all heard the name, the Bermuda Triangle. This notorious patch of the Atlantic. It has this chilling reputation for just swallowing ships and planes without a single trace. But what is really going on out there? The mystery here, it goes way deeper than just a few accidents. We're talking about a documented pattern of really strange events, compasses just spinning wildly, entire vessels vanishing in totally calm seas, and maybe most unnervingly, a complete lack of distress calls. It's that sudden, absolute silence that really haunts these stories. So what on earth could be the cause? Well, science offers some pretty plausible ideas. You've got sudden methane gas eruptions from the seafloor, rogue waves that seem to appear from nowhere, or even bizarre magnetic anomalies. But then you have the more, let's say, out there theories. Aliens? Time warps? You see, the fact that no single explanation fits every single case, that's what keeps the legend of the Bermuda Triangle alive and so captivating. Okay, now let's shift gears. We're moving from the mysteries of nature to the mysteries of human achievement. We're going to travel back in time to look at 2 ancient engineering marvels that, honestly, still baffle some of the most brilliant minds of today. And our first example of this incredible ancient ingenuity is one of the most famous monuments in the entire world, Stonehenge. Let's just start with what we actually know. Stonehenge is a 4,000-year-old stone circle in the English countryside. Simple, right? Well, the story of how it even got there is anything but. 150 miles. That's how far some of these massive stones were moved. I mean, just let that sink in for a moment. A prehistoric society with absolutely no modern technology, hauling multi-ton boulders across rugged terrain. The single biggest question has always been, how on earth did they do it? And the why of it all is just as puzzling. Was it some kind of sophisticated astronomical calendar perfectly aligned with the solstices? A sacred site for rituals? A burial ground for royalty? The truth is, it was probably all of those things and more, a really powerful symbol of a belief system we can no longer fully grasp. Now let's travel halfway around the globe, to an island so remote it feels like it's on another world, and it's home to an equally astonishing ancient mystery. Easter Island, or as its people call it, Rapa Nui. Right in the middle of the vast Pacific Ocean, you'll find this island, famous for its silent, stoic guardians, the Moai. These colossal stone figures were carved by the Rapa Nui people centuries ago, and boy, do they hold a powerful secret. And there are nearly 1,000 of them, 1,000 giant statues, some weighing as much as a jumbo jet, erected all across this one tiny island. The sheer ambition of this project is it's mind-boggling. So this brings us to the Rapa Nui riddle. How did they move these giants? Some recent experiments suggest they were actually walked upright, using ropes and incredible teamwork. But an even bigger question remains. What happened to their civilization? Why did it collapse, leaving these silent sentinels to just stare out at an empty sea? All right, for our final stops, we're heading into the desert. Now, while the monuments we just saw were left right out in plain sight, our next 2 mysteries are about things that were intentionally hidden, one by a modern government and the other by an ancient culture. First up, a place that is practically synonymous with the word secrecy, Area 51, hidden deep in the Nevada desert. So what is the real deal with Area 51? Okay, here's what we know for sure. It's a top-secret military base where cutting-edge experimental aircraft are tested. But the government's intense secrecy created this vacuum, right? A perfect breeding ground for all sorts of conspiracy theories. Is it just a test site, or are they hiding something, or maybe even someone from another world? From modern secrets to ancient art, our final stop takes us to the arid plains of the Nazca Desert in Peru. Carved right into the desert floor are hundreds of massive drawings, or geoglyphs. Spiders, hummingbirds, monkeys, all sorts of strange geometric shapes. These are the Nazca Lines. And here's the kicker. You can only truly see what they are from high up in the sky. So why would an ancient civilization create art for an audience that didn't even exist yet? The theories are just as fascinating as the lines themselves. Was it a giant celestial calendar used for tracking the stars? Were they sacred pathways for religious processions on the ground? Or in one of the driest places on Earth, was it all a desperate, artistic plea to the gods for rain? We have some compelling ideas, but not one definitive answer. So, after this incredible global tour, what connects a strange patch of ocean, ancient monuments, a secret base, and massive desert drawings? Why do these mysteries continue to captivate us so much? Well, what all these places have in common is that they remind us just how much we still don't know. They represent a blend of incredible human skill, bizarre natural forces, and forgotten wisdom. And the fact that we can't solve them, not even with all our modern technology, that's exactly what makes them so irresistible. And that leaves you with one final thought. In a world where we think we've seen it all, what else is out there? Maybe hidden in plain sight, just waiting for us to ask the right questions.